All right, welcome back everyone to Wisdom Wednesdays. Today we're going to talk about another topic that's pretty interesting. I love football, as you know. I love sand carving, but I also love coffee. So we're going to get into Witch's Brew Coffee Shop. All right, so tying in one of my favorite holidays, Halloween, and the coffee that we all love to drink. All right, so here's some items that we're going to cover today. I'm going to do a glass pumpkin. I'm going to do a ceramic mug from JDS Industries, which you're going to like the end result on this. And also a new item. It's fairly common in the functional glass industry, the glass blowers out there. It's called borosilicate glass. It's a very stubborn glass, hard to etch normally, but sand carving is perfect. I use a thick resist and I can really get some depth if I need to, or I'll just etch it in this case. So that's borosilicate, and we'll cover ceramic on a curved surface, and the popular gourd. I did a gourd in a seminar well over 10 years ago, and it was a challenge from a company in Pennsylvania, and they have a gourd festival every year. So I did one then, and I'm going to do one again. So it's been a while since I did a gourd, but you know, it's no time better than now to get into different items for the Halloween season. So I have the ingredients here laid out, kind of like a witch's brew kind of theme here. So I got the Acu Black that goes into the witch's brew. I got the R5 5 mil resist pre-made, ready to go, and the release paper that we have the R5 applied to. So those are the ingredients to create these beautiful sand carved pieces later down the line. So without any further ado, we're going to start some witch's brew and work with the Crystal Blast Elite, and we're going to have a blast. All right, so here's all of our Halloween items ready to go in the sand carving machine. I got 6 items I'm going to be doing here: borosilicate, the gourd, the ceramic teapot, the 2 coffee mugs, and the very curvature glass pumpkins. So a lot of curvature. Be able to get that film to really stick in there well with that carrier sheet off. I could get it to apply to just about anything. So what I'm going to do is our machine does load pretty well. It's a large inside capacity, so I'm going to load all 6 items at once. So you'll be able to see everything in one continuous shot when I sand carve. One item here too is the underneath the handle trick. I'm going to show that, so stay tuned for that. All right, as far as blasting pressure, these are items that I haven't done in a while, and it's one-of-a-kind items. So I would recommend blasting at lower PSI on these items, like 15, 20 PSI max. You're not carving it, you're just etching it to get a good color fill later on. Same thing goes for the mug. This white's going to be removed in seconds. So if you go to lower PSI, you can see that color change a lot quicker. All right, so I call it like watching a movie. Okay, you're watching in slow motion. Okay, instead of fast forwarding through the movie. you're going to see it evolve in color so you know what you're dealing with. And also on the curves, like this pumpkin, if you hit that at an angle, at a higher pressure, you could blow up the detail, right? So a lower PSI at an angle, that mass is going to remain. So those are some tricks on lower PSI. So I'll be blasting at 15 to 20 PSI today. All right, so here's a wrap on our Halloween episode. We did some common items here, like the gourd. Uh, this is a nice item. I did it once in a class over 10 years ago. Decided to do it again today for you. So I put a little hole in there just for good measure. All right, so little bullet hole. So I did that deep carve. You can see the texture in the fish, so it looks more realistic. And I also put some color in there, like a red paint. Looks like red blood because it's Halloween, right? So there's your gourd idea. Now, pumpkins are a little more challenging because they have a little moisture, so I wouldn't recommend a pumpkin necessarily in your machine unless you do just a surface etch. But gourds, on the other hand, you can do gourds all day long. They're very dry. So here we are in the teapot. ceramic, and I etched it to the depth where I hit the white primer, so that's a good highlight right there. So this one worked out really well. Large image on a big curve, not a problem with photoresist film, especially the R series from Iconics. Then I got the borosilicate. It's a newer item that we've offered. It's very durable, very stubborn at times, but sandblasting, uh, it works out really well. I can get the nice embossed lettering. I get a two-stage in there like I did here, where I get the different gray and white tones. And I got a deep carve there as well. So I can go, if I run my finger across, I got a good depth. So that's borosilicate, and then the ceramic. So this is the inside, it's glossy black. The outside is glossy white. When you sand carve it, it's a matte finish black. So it gives you a 3-tone mug instead of a 2-tone. So that's another option for you. And you can see here I got a little creative. I decided to put the hand down below like he's reaching for the coffee from the underworld down below. I also decided to put the text in between the handle just to give it more creativity. And if you put this in your showroom, you're gonna a lot of people are gonna say, "How'd you do that? That's impossible." Okay, that's not a sticker, that's an etching, and that's underneath the handle. So not only text, you can do bridges, cityscapes underneath that handle to make it more creative. And then we have the glass pumpkin. I did this out of school 15 years ago. I had one left over. I decided to put a logo on there, curved it to the big curve, etched it, came out beautiful, no buckling, no lines, came out really nice. And then at the top I just added a little extra flavor, did a textured handle, and threw in some little frost spots to make it look like it's been hit with UV, like it's an actual pumpkin out in the pumpkin patch. So there you have it. Those are our items that we did today on the Halloween episode. These are items that make me thirsty. I think of coffee. I also think of brewing. I think of being outside and being creative. So it was fun doing the Halloween episode, and I hope you learned a few new tricks. One thing I do want to mention as well is if you subscribe, you'll be getting all the updated information from us, all these new videos that we'll be doing. Also, if there's any artwork that you've liked in our episodes, you can subscribe and we will be able to send you the artwork files. So like these images here today, like the Got Coffee, which is Brew, any of those images, we'd be happy to get those to you. And just wanted to let you know, always have a blast and blast with confidence. Delicious coffee. It tastes a little funny today. Well, I'm not feeling too well. Blast it. Blast it. Blast it.